body of a little drummer boy was left naked and exposed. Nearby, in an humble house, there were two little girls, the eldest but 16, who resolved to give the body a decent burial. Hello there again. Welcome to Headlines and Voices. This is the place where we look at amazing newspaper articles that are sometimes 100 or more years old. And the article that I have for you today is a little short, but the story is absolutely powerful, inspiring, just super interesting what happens here. Just want to mention really quickly before we get going that this show is sponsored by Audio Mover. Audio Mover is the company that takes your old audio and videotapes and converts them into digital files. And if you want to learn more about that, visit audiomover.com. That's to preserve your own history. So audiomover.com. And of course, if you like history and you enjoy these types of things, please like this video and share your comments too. We'd really like to hear what it is you like about it, if you like this type of thing, and what other types of stories that we could be doing some research on to find some interesting articles about. So anyway, please comment and like, and of course, follow our channel. So the article that we found today comes from 1864. So this was a Civil War story, and it's from the Soldier's Journal out of, looks like, Virginia. And it's just the article that's on page near it looks like it was an 8-page newspaper, and this is on page 6. Just kind of a little thing out of the way, didn't have a bold headline. But the first few words, it just says Incident of the War. So that's the title of this article. Like I said, this is just one long paragraph. Incident of the War. After the battle at Bean Station, East Tennessee, the rebels were guilty of all manner of indignity toward the slain. They stripped their bodies and shot all persons who came near the battlefield to show any attention to the dead. The body of a little drummer boy was left naked and exposed. Nearby, in an humble house, there were two little girls, the eldest but 16, who resolved to give the body a decent burial. They took the night for their task. With hammer and nails in hand and boards on their shoulders, they sought the place where the body of the dead drummer boy lay. From their own scanty wardrobe, they clothed the body for the grave. With their own hands, they made a rude coffin into which they reverently put the dead boy. They dug the grave and lowered the body into it and covered it over. The noise of the hammer brought some of the rebels to the spot. The sight was too much for them. The stillness of the night, the story so eloquently told by the heroic labors of the little girls. Not a word was spoken, no one interfered. And when the sacred rites of burial were performed, all separated. And the little drummer boy sleeps undisturbed in his grave on the battlefield. Such tenderness and heroism deserve to run along the line of coming generations with the story of the woman who broke the alabaster box on the feet of the Savior, and with her who of her penury cast her 2 mites into the treasury. Anyway, that's it. Fascinating little article where you have these people that they're saying were not letting anybody into that battlefield, and then you have this little boy that had been stripped naked after he was killed, it looked like. And then these 2 girls that decide that they weren't just going to let him lay out there in the battlefield, and so they went out, dug their own grave, built a coffin, put him in, and then having the soldiers and everybody who was so probably wound up emotionally and just at the sight of that just couldn't interfere and just let it happen. Anyway, I thought that was a powerful article, something from the Civil War there. Anyway, once again, if you like that article, please give it a thumbs up and leave any comments that you may have. It's always good for us to know the kinds of articles that you want to hear from. Anyway, thanks for listening. Headlines and Voices is sponsored by Audio Mover, the company that takes your history, your old audio and videotapes, and converts them into digital. Visit audiomover.com to learn more. Headlines and Voices is a production of Thick and Mystic Media. Visit thickandmystic.com.